Good evening, gentlemen, ladies. Although I don't think there'll be many ladies. Stealth here, and welcome to the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Alpha 9. Alpha 9, where we have a lot of updates, a lot of new stuff, a lot of new things, and a lot to explore. And it's going to be a very nice patch to play. If not only for quad cannons, quad turrets, we also have 20-inch guns. What I'm going to be doing first is quickly go through the Dreadnoughts patch notes and translate what I think these things will have as an impact in the game. Shouldn't take me more than 15 minutes, and then we can get started on building stuff. There is a lot of stuff to build. 20-inch quad turrets, for example, so start dreaming up scenarios, and we'll see how far we can get today. Starting with the formations, this has always been a pretty frustrating point. Formations used to be erratic. Ships went all over the place. If you told a ship to join a formation, it would take all sorts of weird turns in order to get to the formation. And not only that, but also damaged ships, which decided that they were too weak to stay as a line ship, went to the back of the queue. And that usually threw off the entire formation as well. So that's something that they have fixed. They've made it easier to do these formations. They've made battle lines easier. These are now flexible division groups, so it's more of a drag and drop formation. And the formation spreads are far more important. Tight formation will allow you to keep a lower top speed, but the ships will operate in closer, stricter formation, and thus will be easier to keep an effective firing line. The only but that I have here is, but they'll also be easier to hit. I'm not sure what tight means, how tight they'll be, but let's run some tests tonight. When ships become damaged, they will not break the formation, thank God, but the formation will slow down accordingly unless those ships become extremely slow, so they'll gradually follow the formation at the back. I really hope that this is going to work out well. Normal spread, system less strict, loose, just basically go ham. There's no real rules that your ships will still follow. The artificial bonuses and penalties were removed. This means that the tight spread formation, which gave you an accuracy bonus, is gone. I never paid much attention to it, so for me it's not going to be doing that much, but for people who were really good with formations, maybe they find that that is something that they're going to miss. The screen command, also part of the formations, received major changes. Previously, each division was placed in compact formation at a distance around the lead ship of the screened division. So let's say you have a line of 4 battleships, and then you have a line of 4 cruisers, and you tell the cruisers to screen for the battleships. They used to follow the lead ship, but now they do that in a distributed fashion. They'll operate independently around the center of a single division. So let's say you have that line of 4 battleships. They're going to sort of pick the middle of that division as a center point and then screen around that. So that is something that's going to be far more easy to use, hopefully. Again, I will believe it when I see it. I have to test it out. There's a new scout command. It works with light cruisers, destroyers, and torpedo boats. With this command, the divisions will move around a very large distance around the scouted divisions or grouped formations, so they'll be able to trace enemies sooner. I've never really had a problem with tracking the enemy in a custom battle, but maybe this is a preparation for a campaign or something like that. Then we have a few new hulls, mostly French. Well, actually all of them French. We have the French modern battleship, 45 to 65,000 tons. Super battleships, 70 to 85,000. These things are fun. I have tried these out this afternoon. They're really nice. French battlecruiser displacement, coming up to a modern battleship displacement at maximum tonnage, inspired by the Dunkirk. 2 French experimental battlecruisers. I'm eager to see what sort of hulls they have. Large cruiser and a heavy cruiser. We have a couple of new missions. Conflict in Cheekyshima, German Wrath at the North Sea. What I like is that these are some earlier battles, 1913. There's no era over here, but Cheekyshima, if I'm not mistaken, it took part a long, long time ago. Prevail in the Mediterranean, 1941. France versus Germany, creating a successful striking force made of French modern ships of the 1940s, defeat a strong German fleet, which has a humongous super battleship of the H-class. I'm not sure if you're going to be playing as France or Germany, but I think France, because the Germans already have that H-class. So this is going to be an interesting battle to fight. Now, here are the guns. The guns. Quad guns. Quadruple turrets of large caliber become available and are separated into two main visual types. So it's not just one turret, they actually have two types. You got the Type 1, 4 barrels distributed evenly, or Type 2, which are 2 barrels side by side and then a bit of a distance, I suppose, and 2 more. 19 and 20-inch guns. Good lord, size matters. We're going to be testing these out. They have a beautiful noise when those things go off. New British guns. New special-looking late-tech guns to the British and the French. Saturation fix. This is something that, as far as I'm concerned, they could have put as a whole separate tab. Maybe you remember a vid that I did a while ago where I did huge torpedo salvos against German ships. The German ships got so damage saturated that they just completely started ignoring all the damage. They took 100 to 200 torps, they didn't go down. And the damage saturation fix means that that is no longer possible. With the improved damage system, a small amount of damage will spread out to nearby sections. This is critical. A damage rebalance will be needed to fine-tune the results. So they know that this is still a work in progress, and they know that there's still something that's going to change. Hull and auto design fixes. I know that there is currently a problem with one of the hulls that was introduced in Alpha 9, because I've already seen pictures on my Discord where people were putting up 20-inch turrets as a secondary turret position. So we had ships which on the superstructure normally have 4, 5, 6-inch guns. They had 20-inch. In a test run that I did, they had, what was it? I think I had 15 8-inch barrels on the side of a superstructure. That's more than a heavy cruiser as secondary firepower on one ship. Anyway, Mark V 8-inch guns available in the 1940s. Nice to have the Mark Vs. Fixed a bug that caused some turrets not to fire with all their main gun barrels. This was an important thing because... oh yeah, sorry, it's this one. This is actually very important because it means that they just didn't throw out enough shells. This one means that they'll now actually use triple barrels and quads to do ranging salvos. Ranging bracketing salvos. We have sound improvements, including the addition of the new sounds for the 19 and 20-inch guns. Fixed Naval Academy bug, balances, accuracy balance. Maneuverable ships such as destroyers will be harder to hit. Thank you. Destroyers died very quickly ever since the latest patch. They got killed off really quickly once you started to approach within 10 kilometers. I don't know how much this changes it because there's no numbers in here, but we'll just have to try that out. Triple and quad turrets are distinctly heavier. Yeah, good thing, because it was getting a bit too easy to put at least triple-inch guns or triple guns on a turret and several turrets of those on a ship. And now we have the quads and those of 19 and 20-inch. And yes, you can make a quad gun 20-inch caliber. That works. More resilient destroyers and torpedo boats. So the torpedo boats and the destroyers didn't only get buffed by the accuracy balancing, but also by being more resilient. They're not so rapidly destroyed in gunfights. This is an ambiguous term for me because a gunfight can imply you're fighting another destroyer. It can be implying you're fighting a torpedo boat, but when a light cruiser or a heavy cruiser or something bigger than that opens up on a destroyer, I still don't expect it to live for very long. Increased weights of torpedo tubes. Yeah, I think this is the death, or at least the start of the death of the meme ships. The torpedo tubes used to be spammable. It was often more useful to have a huge amount of torpedo tubes on your ship than it was to have a huge amount of high-end turrets. With this weight rebalancing, I hope that that's not going to be as easy anymore. Increased weight of bulkheads. Making ships with full bulkheads will need more design sacrifices. I think this is also a good thing. The first thing that I usually do when I build a ship, bulkheads to maximum. Because with maximum bulkheads, you just make your ship that much more survivable. That's apparently no longer as possible, but let's see if that's actually true. Increased weight of 9-inch guns and smaller caliber. Okay, balanced damage of guns below 11-inch. They do meaningful damage to battleships or other larger ships. That's good. So by the sound of this, they've been buffed. Flash fire chance, balance. They should happen less often for small calibers. Yeah, I've seen light cruisers which had, for example, 6-inch guns, 1920 tech, pop all their turrets. Just the entire battery of guns was gone, maybe save for one turret. It's just not that useful. So I'm glad to see that they have rebalanced the flash fires. AI is more effective. The AI will keep more effective distance according to battle situation. Battleships will try to keep a safer distance, especially against destroyers, while destroyers find a more suitable approach direction to launch their torpedoes. This is bad news for me, because I have a tendency to charge in. And if the destroyers come my way, then it's going to be an even harder fight. Now, outside of that, of course, I think this is a good thing, because I have had it far too often that you're killing off the battleships, and once you're done with the battleships, the destroyers are somewhere behind the battleships, and you're going, why did you not attack? Why did you not actually try to come for me? But this is good. Now, finally, mission difficulty setting is a work in progress, currently has no effect, okay? Due to the many hull fixes and improvements, your old safe designs will most possibly not work. This is only a problem for the Naval College, because everything else outside of that does not save. Custom battles don't save ships. Alright, well, that was actually a bit briefer than I'd expected. It was only 10 minutes. Alright, let's see. What do we do first? I'd say we try a French battleship with 20-inch guns. We gotta have those guns. We're gonna start at 20,000 meters, and it's going to be a fight, ideally against a large German battleship. Let's make it 2. Now, let's design the ship. And let's see if I can put this thing to work. This, by the way, is the hull of the French new Super Battleship 2. We have... oh, actually, let me add the battlecruiser as well. Not that I'll design it, but I just want to see the hull. Super Battleship 2. These things are huge. Just like the Germans and the Japanese, they stick out well outside the dry dock. Or wet dock, I suppose, because it's not that dry at the moment. They have a really sleek form factor. I find them to be less fat than the German and Japanese ships, but I could be mistaken. Hey, every day is different in the chat. Welcome. Welcome. If you put everything on this ship, let's see if I can replicate that bug. Main turret, center line, here they are. 20-inch quad. Weight, 8,336 tons. One turret costs as much as 10% of the current ship that I have. That's how expensive these things are. Now, in case you're wondering, what's the damage like? We had 18-inch, and that was the best caliber that we had. And they did about 40,000 damage, give or take a few. If you had, for example, high TNT, you could expect a little bit less, 32,000 damage. Lyddite, with its huge potential for shell damage, is just... it gets really potent. Patrick, thank you very much for your donation. That's very kind, thank you. These things do 39,000 damage. These things do 62,000 damage. The real question is, are you ever going to use that? Are you ever really going to need a turret like this? Well, the answer is, of course, yes. At least this time around, yes. Whether that's going to be something that I'll always put on my ships, probably not. Because what you can also see is that the reload time is 116 seconds. These things put battleships down really quickly, but if you're fighting lighter ships, oh, good luck. Because a lighter ship is really not going to care that much. I mean, sure, it'll care once it gets hit. But in those situations, I very much prefer to have larger salvos. Just more salvos. This is, by the way, also what they mean with the non-distributed turrets. Or non-distributed barrels. We have 1, 2, and then a spacer, or even a ladder, I think. And then 3 and 4. Supposedly, the other turrets work a little different. I mean, they have the exact same stats, I imagine. But their image is just different. Now, that's the one. We also have the enormous superimposed barbette, as opposed to the huge one. So I can put that one over there. I can put another turret up here. And that's a bit much for weight offset. Might have to do with the fact that the superstructure is so far forward. Let's pull you back a little. It's too much. 3, 3, 1, 1.1. Perfect. Now, supposedly, it's become more difficult to put bulkheads on maximum. Mwah. Not that bad. In this case, my weight jumped 2,000 tons. If that. Yeah, 2,000 and change. It's really not that much of a difference. I mean, on a 95,000 ton battleship, if you were to go from minimum to maximum, you'd gain about 4,000 tons. I think that if they are serious about this, they need to debuff it more. They need to make those bulkheads even heavier, because it's just not that impressive. I thought that I was going to go up, what, 8,000 tons, maybe 9,000, but 2 or 3? Meh. Something else that I found, I'm not sure whether it's the French battleships or something else, but I can almost put every single desirable upgrade on this ship, and I still don't... Jesus, that's a complex thing indeed. Angled funnel complex number 6. Does that thing come with secondary slots? Yeah. Nice. I have almost every considerable protection on this ship, and I'm still just over budget or overweight displacement. Not much, but just. Very, very, very little. Of course, we're not quite done yet. Once you start adding stuff like this, the fun begins. And now I'm suddenly 10,000 tons over. So let's say that torpedo protection is currently not important, because I'm fighting a battleship. I would like a triple hull, I would like reinforced bulkheads. Speed is not that important on this behemoth. We can switch this to gear turbines, get a bit less displacement there. Lid diet, switch to high TNT. Super heavy shells. Oh, right, with super heavy shells, the damage becomes even more. We're looking at 59,000. Lid 2, 71,000. That's the most damage that I can probably do. That's a hell of a lot of damage. Aiden, thank you for the donation, buddy. Thank you very much. Okay. This is purely going to be to test out this new ship. That's the biggest part that I want to test. I want to test out those turrets. Now, reload dropped to 76 seconds. It's still a serious reload, but it's not as bad. Oh, I think I'll also inherit a light or a battlecruiser. Oh well. Is that it? 107 tons? 228. It's not that bad of a buff or a debuff to the torpedo tubes. I'm still a little heavy. Let's go with standard bulkheads. And then just use the rest of the points or the rest of the displacement to tack on some more armor. 14-inch belt. 7-inch belt extended. There. I don't have to super min-max the ship. This is good enough. Secondaries is something that I'll try out in another part of this stream. Now, ready your eardrums. Because we're about to have a 20-inch salvo. Look at this beauty. Mirabeau. That is 20-inch firepower. Right there. The real question is, can we actually land something of that firepower against the Germans? Which seemingly have brought their secondaries. And have put on all the secondaries. Alright, something else that has changed. Right-click, expand cards. And you can now quickly see what these ships have. And I can select the Saint-Thomas d'Aquin. And just immediately drag that over. And now it is part of Division 1 with 2 ships. Which are currently in a battle line. Tight formation. Accuracy bonus. Oh, it still says accuracy bonus. Really? I think that that's gone, but the tooltip is still there. That's something that they might want to look into. Now, the Mirabeau is not quick, 24 knots only. She still has a turning circle of 1.5 kilometers. Keep that in mind. This is going to be a really, just a brick of a ship. Don't try to dodge torpedoes with this. You're going to be disappointed. Let's hope that the battlecruiser is a bit better. They gave it 13-inch guns. They gave it standard bulkheads. Thank you, AI. We're also seeing the, and I like the look at these, the 8-inch turrets. These are the Mark Vs. I really, really like how they look. They also changed the look of the 4-inch. I think they're now, as somebody said, more AA-wise. More AA-like turrets. It seems like a pretty terrible job to work here, just, just next to the funnel. Doesn't that extrude hot air? Oh well. 3-inch guns. Interesting, look at that. Can I get one? Yeah, here. Like that. Wedge formation of the turret. The barrels. And then we got 2-inch, same thing. 1, 2, 3, like that. I love that. It really, really looks good. Okay. We are here for the Mirabeau. Ready, ready, ready. God, those turrets are slow. But then again, you're trying to move about, what was it, 8,000 tons into position? Hold up. Hold up. Why is it that you think you should be following the battlecruiser? Because that's not right. That's not right. Something that I would like to see is that they change this so that the heaviest ship is always the formation lead. That way you just make sure that you don't have any shenanigans where a battleship tries to fall in behind a battlecruiser. Not that the battlecruiser couldn't be the flagship, but I just think it makes more sense. Oh, by the way, here's the scout command. As we have mentioned, it is more for scouting, so lighter ships, destroyers, torpedo boats, and light cruisers. Alright, are you guys ready? Sound volume. I'm gonna just up it a bit, not too much, and let's have some of the music in the back. Prepare your eardrums. Incoming shells from the Germans. Here it comes. Headphone warning, indeed. that was the bracketing shot. You can see that all the barrels are now descending again to get reloaded. That means that these, the A, B and Y turret are still ready. I think we're waiting for the fall of the shot to see what happened. And then we can use that to figure out how we need to aim. Yeah, see? The shells are still airborne. The other turrets are still waiting. So she's about to fire again. Come on, girl. That was as good a time as any. Some incoming fire from the Germans. Turn a little. Oh, it looks like she's waiting for the barrel here. Here we go. That's what I love to see. And hear. Good lord, if you can still hear something. Now, our shells are outbound. Here they are. My ears! Hey, I warned you. That is 2 fires and a good chunk of damage. I have yet to identify the ship, but I'd say it's easily 60,000 tons, and you just take a huge chunk of it. Interestingly, not as much as I'd expected. I mean, I get it, the ship has armor. Let me tune that volume down a little bit because that is getting quite loud. The ship has armor. In an ideal situation, these things do 71,000 damage, yet I'm seeing 418. It's not even 1%. And that was not one shell that hit. That was 5 of them. Now there is more inbound, but that looks to be the shells from the battlecruiser. So I'm actually... Oh, here comes another salvo from the Mirabeau. I'm a bit disappointed in how little damage these things do. And I know that sounds weird, but come on, these are huge guns. This is 20-inch. Where's my damage? I don't expect to blow a battleship up in one shell, but if one of those things hits your ship, come on. Damage received. Oh, hold on, I'm looking at the... Wait, one. You did actually hit, right? Yeah, you hit. But this guy is saying that... Oh, never mind. I was looking at the battlecruiser. Barely any damage. Come on. Where's my damage? Where are my 20-inch guns? What are they not doing? Also, my accuracy is pretty bad. 7.7%. Used to that. Just that really deep rumble of that ship. There we go. Another one hit. One hit. Penetration. For 101 damage. Why? Why am I seeing this little damage? Out of 71,000 damage, I'm seeing 101. Let's fire H. And that was a penetration, right? It was not an overpen. It was not blocked by armor. Insofar as you can block a 20-inch shell by armor, but that's a different discussion. Where's my damage? Missed. All of it. Okay, again. I want to see if HE actually does more. switch targets or something? Yeah. Don't. My bow taking some hits, but the damage is lackluster. Range 22,000. Chance to hit 11%. Come on. Where's my damage? Modification 72%. 47. I think it fractured their armor. Partial pen. Yeah. That's about the only thing that it did. Now, if you really want to see how much damage these guns can do, I think I'd have to fire at a freighter. Transport ship. Something that is unarmored and that is not capable of withstanding a lot of damage. Because that's usually where you see the large damage numbers. Oh, our battle... Hello. You're happily charging in. Let's see what happens if I give it to the AI. Ship's on fire. You've done 34 damage. And you have done 554. These 20-inch guns aren't all that impressive. Sound? Fantastic. Absolutely. Fantastic. I mean... Ah, there we go. Brandenburg, 71,000 tons. 14-inch guns, 26 knots. Coincidence, rangefinder 5, generation 1 radar finder. Rangefinder. Looks like the battlecruiser is still under AI control. Let's just charge in and see what happens. I want to see if I can get closer and land a better hit. There. Bow, belt. Sorry, bow, deck extended. 143 damage. Similarly, it looks like they're not doing that much damage either. Bow, belt extended. Penetration from a 14-inch gun against a battlecruiser. 15 damage. It's like the damage numbers are off. These things do have maximum bulkheads. What sort of citadel? Citadel 4, turtleback. That dispersion. We have shells going here, and then a salvo going all the way on the other side. %20 chance to hit, yeah. Show me. Oh well. The ship is desperately trying to do damage. Doesn't really seem to hold a candle to these German battleships. There. 2 20-inch hits. 193, 154. I'd say currently, the noise is the selling point. Because, as people are pointing out, it's just... I think it was Everyday who said it. It sounds like a volcano going off, or something massive erupting, which I suppose is true. But you cannot really sink a ship by intimidation. Hold up. This thing is getting murdered by the battlecruiser? Really? You're down to 56%. What happened to you? Because the damage is not that good. How far are you? 12 clicks out. Chance to hit. Oh! Ah, I missed the solo. Chance to hit 34% current. It might ricochet though. Let's switch to the Prinz Regent Luitpold. And 312. I mean, we're taking huge chunks out of this ship. That's for sure. That is a substantial amount of damage that we're doing. I hope that my belt armor can stand up to their puny guns. 14 inch. Size matter, guys. Get your head in the game. Here comes another one. I really like the sight of those quad turrets. Just really looks so good. Fire. 53% chance to hit. Now we're getting somewhere. So the range at which that happens is about 10 kilometers. That's important to know. 248. I wonder... Yeah, W, I agree. There may be big guns, but the rate of fire is awful. Yes. I agree with that. I wonder if I could have gotten a different result if I went for 15-inch guns. 15s, 16s. Do I really need this much pen power? I mean, sure, it's nice, it's a fear factor, it's intimidating, but where's my damage? That's not it. That is not it. I am very surprised, by the way, about the amount of damage that the Germans have taken with 14-inch guns with a rate of fire of 2.24 rounds a minute versus the amount of damage that they've put out. 436 damage dealt. Sure, I'm packing a fairly sizable armor belt, but you have more. You have 19-inch of armor on the turret. My best turret is, or my best armor is 14-inch, which is, what, is that similar to you? Yeah, it's exactly the same. 23% chance to pen. It's because I'm bow in. Slightly angled. And you're not. You are definitely not. And you're paying the price. 86% chance to pen. Alright, give me another HE salvo. Hold up. Is this a 360 turret? Right here. And this one too. Nice. Chance to hit 100%. So you're telling me that if I pull this trigger, I'm going to hit every single shot. That I gotta see. Ready up? Fire. Oh, that's some good dispersion right there. That's a ball of death. Yeah, I'd say that was fairly accurate. Now we're getting somewhere. 1,075 damage. I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8. So 100% accuracy remains to be seen. Because I don't think it's quite that. Did I put full ammo on the ship? 1,244 shells? Whoa. Did they change this or something? This is curious. Because I don't recall large battleships having this much ammo with them. That feels off. That feels like I'm packing too much firepower, too much ammo. In the meanwhile, the battlecruiser, the Thomas, happily pecking away at the Brandenburg. How have two German battleships with 13-inch guns and 71,000 tons displacement each not done more damage combined than one battlecruiser with 13-inch guns? This is weird. What are the stats? Do you have a ton of armor or something? What even? That was good. That was a good salvo. That was probably all the guns. Alright, I need you to check your fire for a second. We're gonna have one, probably one last good salvo from this thing. But this means that I started with what? 1,400 rounds? 1,400 shells? That feels like a very high amount for 20-inch. Damage done, 7.5k. Damage taken, 911. Okay. Interesting. Play again, no. This Frenchie had how much ammo per turret? 360. What do I usually put on my ships? What is that? Let's say 16 triple? 300? Oh, it's just... right, it's 100 per barrel. Except for 20s, which get 90. Okay. If I increase that to a full complement of increased, then we're at 486 per gun. So 122 per gun. So it's about... right. 8,494. Saves you 300 tons. Right. That's quite a lot. That is quite a lot. Anyway, what would you guys like to see next? Let me know in the chat. And for all of you tuning in, welcome to Alpha 5 of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where we now have 19-inch guns, 20-inch guns, and quad turrets. And a lot of firepower. What would you guys like to see next? Does the game run better on Alpha 9? I'm not sure. I haven't tested enough, or haven't played enough yet to see and really come to a conclusion, because the patch just came out this afternoon. So I can tell you. Smolensk. Cheekyshima, French battlecruiser. Yeah. Let's have a look at the French battlecruiser. I want to see if I can actually get those huge damage numbers out. Range, 15,000 meters. Can we get one of those exceptionally high-end damaging hits? Anyway, the first cruiser hulls. Jesus, that deck is cluttered. Good lord. Oh, battlecruiser 4 comes with a taller superstructure. Okay. Can you put a turret here? You can. That fits really nicely. That fits really, really nicely. You gotta hand it to him. Okay. And the other one is the large cruiser hull. Really long. Oh, that's not gonna turn well. 1,076 meter turning circle. This is 972. This is 1,233. And this is almost 1,200. Okay. Oh! A light modern tower 9. A 51 long range accuracy bonus? That's enormous. How much does the Japanese Empire get? This is a battlecruiser, I know that. 42 on their battlecruiser. And the French get 51? That is really substantial. 92 torpedo spotting, 7,000 tower spotting. Okay. $7,400 torpedo spotting. Oh, sorry, 7,400 tower spotting, 88 torpedo spotting. Still, though. This is impressive. And tall as holy shit. Oops. It's like they made a baguette and put it vertical inside the ship. Oh, that's going to be such a huge target. Oh, but the rest of it's really low. Look at that. That fits beautifully. There's one step. Here, you need to put a small sign, mind the step here. Mind your step. But outside of that little thing, beautiful. And I imagine you can put a turret up there, right? Yes. And if it's not too big, it actually fits sort of in the contours. Really nice. The Eiffel Tower superstructure. Yeah, that's the official name now. Or the French pagoda. I like that one too. Okay. What else do we have? We have the light secondary tower 5. How is that different? This thing's a bit taller, isn't it? Long range accuracy 7.5 versus 5. Okay, and the compact secondary tower 3. Ooh, compact indeed. What sort of caliber can you put on there? Is that 8-inch? No. Aw. 7, too big. Even 6 is too big? Oh, come on. Don't tell me I cannot use these little spots. No, that is such a missed opportunity. Come on. Come on. 2-inch? That is the smallest of barrels. Why do you only fit 2-inch when it looks like there's room enough for a 5? Oh well. Anyway, we came here to see if we could get that huge... Oh, you can only do 18-inch. Oh, okay. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go switch back to the battleship. I want to see if I can get that huge damage number. Can I actually get 71,000? Modern tower enhanced, yeah. Secondary tower. Oh, we also got the compact ones here. But they're a lot lower. This one doesn't give you any long-range bonuses at all. This one does. Huh. Okay. Central line. How long... Okay. Just trolling. Why not? Super heavy shells. Complements not important. Loaders, auto-loaders. Gen 2 and give me a coincidence rangefinder 5. I'll take a turning circle upgrade. And for the rest of this particular test, 989 turning circle. That's still pretty sizable. Oh. Maybe you should actually add the secondary tower. Maybe the ship won't even leave the dock otherwise. And that doesn't fit. Yep, good enough. I just want to see if I can get the damage. Oh. Fine. How fast can this thing be? 36 knots. So similar to what the other ships have. 1409 meter turning circle. What's minimum? 15 knots. 582. That's still pretty sizable. 20 knots. There we go. The Revanche. Yeah. Not really though, is it? Ranging shot. Chance to hit, 30%. Oh yeah. Give me that hit. No, missed. For those of you who have just joined the stream, we are testing the 20-inch gun. I just tested the 20-inch quad, and this is the 20-inch single, because I want to see if I can actually get up to that damage number of 71,111. So I'm just picking away at what... Well, it's not too bad. What's most likely the... or what's actually the least likely target for a battleship with 20-inch guns. Transports. You're not that likely to use these against a transport unless either you're feeling bored or something's gone horribly wrong. Normally, of course, if you're trying to pick off a couple of transports, you use a light cruiser, you use a heavy cruiser. You don't need 20-inch guns to kill a transport. You really don't. The damage that I did was 8.4k. Maybe that is just the maximum health that a transport has. That's possible. Come here. Although, no, I've seen 21,000 damage hits on destroyers. Consider yourself lucky. If that would have hit you, that splash would have been you. Reload? 45 seconds. Still, I think a quad turret or a triple, anything more than single barrel, is more useful. Because yes, your reload's longer, but I think overall you're just putting out more shells. And as Delbuey put out, it's... the 20-inch guns, they're fear factor. But the rate of fire is atrocious. The damage is there-ish if you're not fighting a battleship. But beyond that... maybe for meme ships I'll use these. There we go, 10,000 damage. For meme ships I'll use these, but for anything else I'll probably pick a smaller caliber. It's just not that useful. Anyway, let's conclude that test. Toby, thank you very much. Be quite interesting to see you design a sensible but quad ship. Maybe see the new British gun. Anyway, I think the 20-inch guns are bugged in my playing tests. That's possible. That's possible. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't find the 20-inch to be that useful. Now, the British also had new guns, so let's have a look at those. Let's say starting range, 20,000 meters. I'm going to have 1 battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, 4 lights, and 5 destroyers against a similar matchup for them. That way I can also test out the new formation system. Design ship. So now we're going to see if those formations will work properly. We still have the N3G3 hull. So the British have new locks for guns. Oh. British don't get 18 or 20-inch guns. Because the N3G3 hull is not classed as a super battleship. Right. And if I'm a Dreadnought? Nope. No joy. Okay, well, that increases the challenge. Because then I'll just have to work within the constraints. Chat, any particular request for build? Because I'm not going to be using the 20-inch guns. But that means that I'm opening myself up to try another type of build. So if you have any good ideas, let me know. Ah, the British also have a new tower. Sorry, the compact secondary tower 1. If you're apparently cramped for space, this is useful. There, that's it. Rear tower. It has a higher base accuracy. You're paying twice the price for it, though. The car build, full secondary. Ammo detonation graphics. Try for Vanguard or King George. I'll pull up a King George the 5th. King George 5. BB. What does that look like again? I have it in World of Warships, but I'm pretty terrible with that. That's a 4.2, right, guys? Or 4-3? 4... Yeah, so turret A is 4, turret B is 2. If I'm not mistaken. And they had how much inch caliber? Pennant number 41. Firepower. 10 BL 14-inch guns, Mark 7. Oh, I don't have Mark 7, I have Mark 5, but I'll take it. So. Barbette. I think we can just use an enlarged barbette. Yeah, 14 quad. Okay, centerline. 14 quad. And then a 14-2. Oh, no. You sit over there. And you sit over here. Like that. And then I suppose it had the same thing on the stern? Didn't it? Because if it had 10 guns, then it also had another 4 on the stern. So... large frontal punch, but not such a great defense on the stern. Something like that. How much displacement did these things have? 42,200 tons in 1941. 38,000 tons. 42,000. If I'm up against a German super battleship, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm in danger. That was the secondary tower. How the fuck did they make this fit? How? Oh, the shockwave from that turret if you're in the bridge. No, thank you. Secondary tower. Modern compact. And I'll take one of these and put that on the stern. That 4-weight offset. Oh, there we go. Funnels. 1 required. King George V. Speed of these ships. Probably not too fast. 28 knots. Okay. It's not too bad, actually. Range was 5,400 nautical miles or 10,000 kilometers at 18 knots. I think that's pretty medium for a battleship. Bulkheads, all of them. Group 4. The ship had... what did it use for propulsion? Small tube boilers with superheaters, single reduction geared turbines. Geared steam turbines. Is that oil? I'm going to say it's oil. Boilers? Hard to say. With superheaters. Is that forced? I'm sure there's somebody in the chat who knows that. Is that a forced boiler? Or am I putting on the wrong sort of thing? Anyway, heavy barbette thickness. Yes, the torpedo protection, but not that much. Reinforced bulkheads. Anti-flood, 2, and citadel. All or nothing. Can't they add a KGV bridge? Maybe they're going to, at some later date. I hope so. I'm going to take some liberties with the range finding systems. The ship also had a whole bunch of secondaries. She had 16 5.25-inch guns. Yes. But where? Okay. And mounted on the sides in dual turrets, by the looks of it. So, secondary, 5, dual. Ooh. It's not a bad spot for a turret. That'll keep her safe from destroyers, at least a bit. Let's go for heavy shells and 2 powder. Now, armor. This is where usually stuff starts to grind. Because the game is not a simulator. No matter what anybody tells you, it is not a simulator. Main belt, 15-inch. Yeah. Okay. Lower belt, 6 inch. I'll call that belt extended. A deck, up to 5.6 inch. Not too bad. Main turrets, 13 inch. Oh dear. We're going to see turrets fly off, aren't we? Barbettes, 13 inch. Can't specifically armor those. I'll give the turret, or sorry, the conning tower a fairly liberal amount of armor. Turret top a bit more. And then a bunch more to the secondaries. That means I still have some left. Let's go for an RDF. Oh, let's not go for RDF. Damn it, I'm still too heavy. You know what? If my 5-inch guns decide that they've had enough and they start flying, so be it. Back to 6. I do want an improved radio telegraph because this will be the flagship. I'm going to try and experiment with some more loose formations so that we can see if those work. Here. Turret top 6-4. Okay. Aft weight offset needs to be fixed. It's almost like an afterthought, this whole turret. It's like somebody decided to go, you know what, screw it. At some point, all the way in the back. Back you go. Because we still need to balance the ship out. Can I still drag the whole forward structure back a bit? No, you stay. Then I can bring this thing a bit closer. Point 1. See, now it's a bit more compact. This whole build. That's a little better. KGV conning tower only 4 inch, Janos? Oh no. You have too many 5-inch guns. Really? It had 16. Oh, right. So that's 8 per side. Yeah, you're right. So I need to remove 1, 2, 3, you. Now, not an exact KGV clone, but I'd say she's good enough to go. Let's have a look. KGV. The reason that I'm not actually reducing the armor on the tower, it just won't hold in this game. If your tower gets knocked out, you won't be able to shoot accurately. Right. So now we have the battle line. That's divisions 1 and 2. So these have the 2 heavy cruisers. They're not set to do any particular one thing. They're not screening. They're just their own line. Okay. I want you to join battle line 1. So now we have battle line 1 with the King George V, the Edgar, and the Blenheim. We have Scout Group in Division 2. And these are made up of the center of the Philomel, Chatham, and Alacrity. Standard amount of bulkheads as well. Few bulkheads. Ah, there we go. Okay, so these guys will try and find the target. Scout. Click button and select another division from the interface. The ships will form around it at a large distance. Yes. Around Division 1, please. And that's what they're doing. Okay, formation loose. Ships become less likely to be hit by incoming shells, but also receive an accuracy penalty. No, they removed that. They just need to adjust the tooltip. And then we have Division 3, which is a single destroyer. And then I have Division 4, which is a follow group, which follows the main battle line. Right. So this means that these guys will just proceed to follow, whereas actually I would want to have them scout. So you guys get to follow, or actually to screen. You get to join the division from the destroyers, and you guys, you're the scouts. And yes, you're scouting for Division 1. Enemy smoke has been spotted to the north, so we're going to turn this whole formation around. And see how quickly that throws a wrench in the entire formation. Can the AI compensate? Because this DD needs to go all the way over there. And usually that's quite the hassle for the AI. So that's going to be an interesting test. Can the AI maintain their formations? Edgar is turning and falling in behind the King George. What are they doing? Well, the whole scouting thing just went right out the window because we already know where they are. And I think that's no thanks to a DD because it was the King George V who spotted it. Surprise, surprise. Oh, hold up. I have not been spotted. That is interesting. That means they have potentially worse radar. If any. Use the dual barrel to fire a ranging shot. Well, sort of. And now we're using all the guns. All them guns. Damien Envy Wrath. Thank you for the donation. Thank you very much. Where are my 5-gun turrets? I don't know, petition the devs. At some point we're going to be putting Gatling guns on these ships, I think. And not in a Sea-Whiz kind of way. Just an actual flat-out Gatling gun platform. There was probably a design for that somewhere in the past. Sextuples to make Tillman proud. Sure. Have they not spotted me yet? Because I'm making a fair amount of noise here. Come on, boys. Well, they're turning this way. Yes, there we go. Something has spotted me. And that something turns out to be battleship. Because the battleship immediately started blasting. Now, scout group. Or not so much scout group. I want you guys to maintain your fast speed of 35 knots. Yep, they made a mess of things again. They made a mess again, because now they're mixing and matching with the division from battle line 1. Or rather, the main battle line. And I'm not sure what these light cruisers are doing, but I thought I told you guys to screen. I didn't? Click button and select another division. Click. There. Ah, now they're screening. Okay, that was my bad. So these divisions, you guys can stop your screening. Wagner, just turn right, buddy. Just. That's it. There you go. Just turn right. Okay. These torpedo tubes, supposedly heavier now. How many do you carry? 1 quintuple launcher, 21 inch, range of 21. So arguably you can already launch. Yeah. Not sure if I'm likely to hit anything at this range, but hey, we can try. Next time when you're ready. Brrrt. Yeah. Not that likely, but hey, it's a game. Stranger things have happened. We need an April Fool's mode. Why are you DDs, I need you to move. I think I'm selecting the wrong formation. You, screen, Division 1. Yes. Thank you. Because there are still bandits about. There are destroyers somewhere. Here, for example. What's that? 7 torpedo tubes? 3 and 4. Lovely. You wish you can design monitors for custom battles. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be very nice. Wagner, Vigo, Cricket, Violence, Sirdar, just make your way over to the enemy, shall we? That's who we're here to fight. I haven't been able to land one hit, and there was a 14-inch shell. Seemingly doing barely any damage against that battleship. Okay. So light cruisers, what are you doing? They're now... They should be formation ahead. But I think the loose formation negates that. Because they're not really sticking to line ahead. They're just... I don't know, they're trying to catch up to the battleships or something. Yeah, but they're too slow. Because the battleship's doing 23 knots. And the light cruisers are struggling to keep up. That's the problem. Potential battleship? Yeah, you don't say. DDs have started torpedo operations. Excellent. That was a launch from the Wagner. So that means that we still have 4 DDs left. $15 clicks, range to a destroyer, 13. If that's a... That's not a heavy cruiser though, is it? It's a really, really small heavy cruiser. Usually we refer to those as destroyers. King George, it's time to turn. Because I feel I'm a bit too much broadside to the battleships. I'm also presenting myself as too predictable of a formation. Oh shit, I'm getting hit on the DDs. Is there any way... Select multiple cards. Yes, yes, yes. Expand all. No. I would love to see if I can just have all the ships and overviews in one go. Because I'm not too big of a fan of this health bar, if you will. It sort of works. But ideally, I just have these things expanded like they normally are. Because this makes it more difficult. What are we even torping? Just torp the battleship in general and see if you catch something in between. Outbound torps. Battleship worth. Displacement 39,650 tons. Armor 9.6 inch of belt. That's a pretty modest German battleship. I thought they would bring something bigger. But this is pretty nice. Could have been worse. Could have been one of those 110,000 ton suckers, and that would have been a really tough thing to crack. Oh, the V3 detected torps, did you? Speaking of, 10.1 kilometer range. Sonar 2. Okay. Bulkheads maximum. Look at you go. Anti-torp 4, triple hull. I think torpedoes are not really the way to go. I think they won't do that much. Okay, we now have a skirmish between the DDs. That's good. Has the light cruiser Alacrity been able to do anything useful? It is targeting the destroyer. But its chances to hit... 0.2%? That's with a Generation 2 rangefinder and a coincidence 5? Did they make these things exceptionally difficult to hit or something? This thing's not even trying. What the hell? That's really weird. I mean, yes, it's turning a lot, but the 4-inch guns are in range. Here, that's the torpedo range. And it just happens to coincide with the 4-inch range as well. But it's not even locked onto anything. Curious. Oh la la, we did hit something big. For 2,400 damage? The only thing I can imagine hitting at that range, with that much damage, that was a destroyer. That's the only likely, well, victim. Anything else probably wouldn't have sunk. Or at least not taken 2,400 points of damage. They likely don't have radar or fighter control. Well, they... These things, you mean, the V3s. They do. They have Generation 1 radar, and they have stereoscopic 2 rangefinder. But I'm not really seeing it. Interestingly, though, what I am seeing is that the DDs are more aggressive. That's something I like to see. I want these things to be powerful and push out. They're the guard dogs. They're the perimeter. Much like this, by the way. Look at this. Here's my battleship and heavy cruiser group. That's battle line 1. Or div 1, battle line. These, the light cruisers, are set to screen, and they're trying to do their level best to get there. They're currently more or less following the King George V, but not quite having the speed, but they are posing as a pretty aggressive formation here. Wide, aggressive, and just forcing themselves between the destroyers, which is currently the biggest threat, and the King George. So that makes a huge difference. Normally they would just cower somewhere in the back, unless you explicitly ordered them to go on the offensive. And now it is different. Now I'm seeing them actually throw themselves into the fight. And not because I told them to, but just because they wanted to. Ooh, the Edgar is not doing very well. What happened to you, buddy? You got a flash fire, didn't you? Yeah. And you flooded your ass. Yeah, she's missing an A turret. Well, that did a lot of damage. What's my chance to pen this battleship? 95? Okay. For some reason, this German only has Krupp 2 armor. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why it's not that accurate. It's also a Dreadnought that has casemate guns. I really like this screening thing. Look at this. I'm not even ordering the light cruisers in. They're just going, you're not getting close to that battleship. That's really good. What are they targeting? Light cruiser, light cruiser, light cruiser, light cruiser. Very good. Wagner is heavily damaged. Yeah, no wonder. I'm getting way too close here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if these light cruisers were also tasked with screening. Because they are very aggressive. They're paying a heavy price for it, as this ship gets mauled by the 5-inch guns. But at least they're fighting.
Establishing supply route.
This is gonna make a significant difference in formations. Sorry, in scenarios. I really like that. I really, really like that. Now, I think either a donation or a Patreon thing just came in. I heard it, but I'm not sure who it is. So whoever you are, thank you. How are we doing for damage with these guns? 275? I know they rebalanced the damage, but this is... This feels off. I'm gonna have to get used to different guns, different damage numbers. Smoke. Look at that. Oh, sorry. No, I think I called this thing Wagner at some point. It's the Wager. The Wager did get heavily damaged. And instead of breaking formation and messing everything up, it fell behind, rejoined, and is now at the back of the line. And it didn't really mess up the formation that much. That's really nifty. Because that is also something that I used to hate seeing with this game. They just kept doing all sorts of stupid shit. But not this time. This light cruiser is not quite where I would expect it to go. The Philomel. But these three are. They're posing as a dangerous block to destroyers and light cruisers alike. What this DD is doing, I don't know. This guy and this guy. This one, I can sort of place because it's been damaged. This one, not. I think it hasn't fired... Well, maybe it fired a bit. 0 out of 4 hits. Congratulations. So this thing could have done a bit more work. These light cruisers, they're doing good work. They're focusing hard to try and keep my destroyers at bay. And especially the Leipzig over here. That thing is almost single-handedly forcing my DDs to piss off. I'm not doing it because I want to see how aggressive I can be with the destroyers, and I'm not disappointed. Range 4.5 clicks. Chance to hit 2%, 3%. Sonar 3, Stereo 3, Generation 1 rangefinder. They have the same tech as I do. Same year. Pecking away with the guns. There we go. Now the DD's taking damage. But not that much. Missed. Try again. Try again. Come on, hit me. I want you to hit me. No. Amateur. Hit me! I'm 1.5 clicks out. I'm a small boat. I'm doing 35 knots. Sure, I'm not that easy of a target, but come on, I want to see damage numbers. This is a test. Hit me. 17% chance to hit. Hit me! Constantly thinking of the Joker scene now from Batman. Come on, Leipzig. There we go. See, that was pretty low. 7-inch, bow belt extended, overpen, 29 damage. Mid-belt, pen, 17 damage. An overpen did more damage than a full mid-belt penetration. Oh, sorry, that was a 2-inch gun. Derp. Now we're taking some damage. What's the Vigo's plan? The Vigo's now going to try and fall behind the wager. Okay. So that makes the Cricket the new formation leader. Okay. Vigo's probably not going to survive. I'm going to try something. How's damage on rams these days? Because they made DDs more survivable. 4 damage. But what did they do to the ram mechanics? In the patch notes there isn't anything about the ram mechanics, but that doesn't mean that it didn't somehow impact them. No pun intended. Because if they made DDs more survivable, they might have given them some sort of damage reduction number. So let's see what that does. Let's see what that does. Cricket. Leipzig. It's definitely more painful for me than it is for him. That was uncalled for. Yeah, okay, my ammo just detonated. Leipzig didn't really take that much damage from it, did it? Still not listed as a damage stat, I think. No. Cricket. Not done yet. Come on, catch her. Catch her in the turn. She's turning. She can do a maximum of 33 knots. So you can only do, what, 24? If you go ahead and push, maybe. Because with that much water on board... Ooh. What? Okay. So that just happened. A light cruiser got detonated by a 4-inch gun. Okay. I like it. Unexpected. But that one ammo detonation from a 4-inch shell did more damage than a 14-inch shell hitting a battleship, doing only 11. Whoa. Okay. Oh, the King George has taken on some damage. Worth not that much. Hold up. Is the KG now falling back? Yes. King George is now falling back and letting Blenheim take the lead. Which I'd say is a really German-sounding name for a British ship. Curious. Try the 19-inch Agincourt. What's that ship like? Oh, I hit something all the way in the back. What the hell is so far in the back? Is it a DD or a light cruiser scouting out for the Americans or something? That makes no sense. Am I ever going to stream on Twitch again? Maybe. The reason why I'm streaming on YouTube is because I have my audience here. I mean, this is where you guys know where to find me. On Twitch, it's generally way, way less of an audience. That's why I'm on here. And for me, YouTube streaming generally just works well. Uh-oh. Ow. So here's the thing with the King George. I think the ship has potential, but those mismatched turrets, the 2 and the 4, means that the game splits it into 2 different categories of ammo. Which means that I'm running out of ammo on the duels, but I still have 400 rounds, shells, on the 14-inch. Quadruple. So this thing's going to run out, and these things are going to keep going. Ideally, I'd like to see the game just throw all the shells from one type in one big pile. If it's 14-inch, it's 14-inch, period. I don't care if it's being thrown out by this turret, by that one, or by that one. So I could have a battleship with a 1, 2, 3, and 4 turret. 1 barrel, 2 barrel, 3 barrel, 4 barrel, and they would all have the same caliber. I would say that would make more sense. Wait. What? You cannot just keep detonating light cruisers. Well, it was the violence, so maybe that explains it. But... what? Do these things have no armor? Is this... 2.8 inches of belt armor. Can you pen that? Oh, apparently you can. Not very. Okay. Curiouser and curiouser. What happened to the Blenheim? You got torped, didn't you? Yeah, you got torped. Anyway, that is the King George V build. I'd say it has potency, but the problem is that turret right there. Insofar that it's not out of commission. If it were not out of commission, it would just be firing. But then I'd have another 400 perfectly good shells over here, which I couldn't use. Alright. That concludes that battle. What's next? What would you guys like to see next? How about one of those scenarios from the college? Naval Academy. What? Okay. Are they locking missions now? Is that a new thing? Complete missions to unlock. I guess that's a new thing. Although it has been a while since I went into the Naval Academy. So those new missions that they added are probably inaccessible for me. Until I get good. I can do this one really quickly, and that should open up more missions. My target is to sink, what was it, a bunch of transports, right? Screw the bulkheads, get the turbines. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can, not because it's Taskmaster, but because I want to see what those other missions are about. Centerline guns, 9-inch, 1, because I gotta have one. Secondary tower, rear tower, and then all the secondaries. 8-inch 4, yep, sure, good enough. Six-inch, yes please. No? Is this a really small hull, or are those huge turrets? Come on, don't block me from getting this mission done. Group, Lyddite, yes. Best reloaders. Coincidence 2. Off you go. Oh. Okay. Really? %8 aft weight offset, why not? I just need to get this mission done so that I can get on with other missions. Enemy spotted north, head north full speed. Full speed for the battlecruiser Partenop is 33.5 knots. We have Lyddite propellant, although it is only Lyddite 1. Still good enough. There we are. Open fire. Well, what did the French say when they butcher a couple of transports? What did the French say? Really? Attaquer something? That's one down. Get out of my way. What does the name of the ship even mean? Partenop. I mean, right now it's more like Party Nope, which in Corona times I suppose is accurate. What do the French say when they start? We surrender. No. Probably not. Get out of the way, Sterret. Who's this? Fox. Yes, but is it a cunning fox? No, it's a flooding fox. It's a different ship. What was the quote again? Is it cunning as a fox? Secondary guns are a bit powerful. I'm not sure if it's actually the secondaries that are doing most of the damage. 8-inch gun. Well, what? Okay, you're right. The 5-inch guns are doing a huge portion of these damages. 2400, 2900, 4000, or 4200 even at this point. Good lord, these things are destructive. That's what? 4 turrets? That's 2 turrets. Sweet Jesus. 5400. Interesting. guys could just think quickly. I want to see if I can get either to the Battle of Tsushima or to encountering that H-class one. That is something that I find really interesting. Because I really want to see what the AI generates as one of those big ships. Get out of the way. Naveen. Time left, 13 minutes. I think this is the last 3 transports. Just push right in so the other side can also do something useful. Are you just trying to kill them through a heart attack or something? There we go. 7,000 damage, 5,000, 3,300. That 9-inch gun, not ideal against a transport. Those quick firing 5-inch, perfect. Get out of the way, Thompson. After you, it's John Francis Burns. Or John Francis Floods, whichever happens first. Come starboard. Go on. Give me my Battle of Tsushima. Yeah, 5 times speed. This is the last guy. Otherwise the game would not allow me to go to 5 times. There would be too many ships to generate, to control. Come on. One more. Good salvo. 14, 11, 8, 7, dead. Yep, mission done. Okay, next. Give me that mission. Defend your convoy, no. Is that it? Yes. Create a successful striking force made of French modern ships of the 1940s and defeat a strong German fleet which has a flagship as a humongous super battleship of the H-class. The super battleship is your main objective. Your funds should be enough to build at least one super battleship, but you can alternatively design and build more smaller ships. That could come closer to the German battleship and launch a torpedo attack. No. No, 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 no. We're gonna go with a really big battleship. The price can be 200... That's a lot. 220 million? I'll take it. Anonymous, I think? Thank you for your donation. ORP Pyron versus Bismarck. I'll have to look up the Pyron. Alright, chat, what shall we do with this thing? We have a lot of money. We have a super battleship to sink. What do you have in mind? Build a super Richelieu, but like the Alsace, but bigger. Alsace is triples. Alsace BB. No. I'm so familiar with Googling stuff and typing the name designation of ships. So I say, okay, I want to look for Alsace BB, and the first thing that I'm getting is Alsace Bed and Breakfast. Yeah, right. That's not quite what I was looking for. Alright, that's quadruple, quadruple, quadruple on the stern. I mean, I have this thing in World of Warships. I just don't play it very often. Center line. 16-inch. 4 triples. Oh, sorry. 3 triple... Wait. It's not a triple, it's a quadruple. Chat. This thing has quadruple guns, right? Not triple. Because... Yeah, AB2 quad, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So 4, 4, and 4, like that. Colosse. Sure. Like that. Range medium, that's mandated. Okay. I think I'm gonna just tack on a ton of armor onto this ship. Acoustics, yes please. Radio, yes. Hydraulics. Because I should still have a lot of displacement left when I'm done upgrading this thing. I might even have enough to build 2 battleships. Let's actually put on a boiler or a funnel this time. Now then, secondaries. For this ship, that will be important. Or should I say, ho ho ho? Because we can put 8-inch triple turrets on the main tower. Oh wait, I think I know how to replicate that bug. No. How did you do that? No, never mind. Secondary tower, yeah, that's a good point. If I go the turrets a bit farther forward, I might be able to put the secondary tower with the elongated type. Here? No, it doesn't fit yet. Move. Try again. Secondary tower. Compact. There. Weight offset 7.3. 5.5. 4.2. 1.1.2. Good. Okay. I'm gonna skip on building a second battleship. I'll just take this one into a fight. 8, 8, 8. There we go. Reloads not great yet. Oh my god, really? Like, come on. Just having a Des Moines on both sides. Exactly. Okay. Yes, 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 I'll have more 8-inch. I mean, if you're offering, I'm buying. That's a 15-inch broadside. Oh, sorry, that's a 15-gun, 8-inch broadside. That's a secondary. Oh, man. I still have 25,000 tons left. Maybe install some of the critical systems first. Barbette. Yeah, that's a good idea. Super heavy shells, yes. This is going to be potent against cruisers. That might be a bit of an understatement, but what I do not yet have is much defense against DDs. Oh, sure. That's another 15-inch broadside, but this time it's 5-inch guns. Mm-hmm. Where is that? Oh, there, on that platform. Here. Here and here. Any others? Jeez, there's a huge amount of superstructure or deck space here that I'm not using. Three times 4 16-inch guns. 8 times 3 8-inch guns. 10 times 3 5-inch guns. 14 times 3 4-inch guns. Is there room for more? No. I think the game has had enough of this bullshit. Hold up. I suppose that one. Yeah, because that's not a mismatch whatsoever. No. The thing is, the turret needs to be over here because the superstructure is so far forward. But, or sorry, so far back. If I put this thing a bit farther forward, it's gonna throw the 4 weight offset. Oh crap, that means I need to move the whole thing further back. No, that's not what I want. This thing has so many guns that I can barely find a spot to click the main tower. There we go. Still a bit of 4 weight offset. 0.2. Okay, can I make it smaller? Because all this extra deck space, if I can make it smaller, I might be able to use that for additional armor. Still nothing? There we go. Let's go a bit bigger. 88,750. It's 5,000 tons of armor. It's not bad, considering. It's really not bad. More guns. You deleted an 8-inch turret. Can't have that. I gotta have my Des Moines on my sides. I mean, who would go out without a Des Moines? On your ship. I'll take a 14-inch belt. And another 10-inch belt extended. Let's armor up the secondaries before we see them fly off the ship. Conning tower, yes. 20-inch might be a bit much. This thing weighs so little that you can generally not go over budget here. I really hope that this thing's not going to get detonated in the first 5 minutes. That'd be a, a waste of a ship. Alright, let's balance this thing out. 0.9. 0.5. Ah! I'm not sure if I can balance it out with this. 0.1. Yes, I can. And then these two. Yes, there it is. Right there. No. 0.1 aft weight offset. Come on. There we are. Ships. Oh. Hmm? Was it something I said? I had those things on here. And now I don't. Put another gun on the stern. No, the reason for that is that I'm sort of-ish trying to make a an Alsace class battleship. There are some liberties taken, but that's sort of the gist. That's what I'm going for. Can I still balance this out? Yes. Screw it, since we're huge anyway, I might use that to put on another 2 tons of armor. Whoops. It's easy to slip with this slider here. 14-inch, yes. More turret. This thing really does not like to get deck shots, though. Because that will kill it. The Colossus. Right. I'd say we're just about ready. The Colossus, 1 battleship against a German super battleship. Let's test it out. For those of you joining the stream, welcome aboard. You are aboard the Colossus. This is an Alsace-inspired battleship design that has 12 16-inch guns in 4 English. In 3 quadruple barrels, or quadruple turrets. Here she is. This is made possible because I'm on Alpha 9. And Alpha 9 is glorious, because we have these quadruple turrets. I mean, look at... This is a pretty looking ship. This is a pretty looking ship. More guns than a German secondary, or than a German build. But, good lord. Oh, hold on. Was it a coal ship? Semi-oil time. I didn't change that, did I? Okay, we got the Somali and the Epervier. So, if worst comes to worst, I can always go pirating. Maybe smoke up, gentlemen. Range 15 clicks. It's too far out. So these things are not actually scouting? Okay. They're not scouting. But they just replaced 8 clicks from the rest of the formation. Interesting. And then we have Vautour, Larailleuse and Trombe. Not to be confused with the other guy. Alright. Colosse. Currently we can see some smaller ships. Yeah. Looks like a German cruiser. Heavy cruiser, potentially. It's 7 torpedo tubes per side. My accuracy sucks. Save some shells, because I think we're going to need those shells to punch a couple of big holes into that German H-class. Which I'm really looking forward to seeing. And all I need to sink is the battleship. I don't need to sink their cruisers. So I can just keep going. Let's see if the Somali goes pirate something. Yes. German H-class, we are here to take command of the ship. I am the captain now. Look at me, I'm a destroyer. Right. Where is that German? I think that this is their scouting force. Or their screening force. That would explain why I can see them, but not the German battleship. Please don't hit me, please don't hit me. I need my Somali pirate alive. No. Range 15-1. 17. Fine. We're gonna do donuts. See if you can hit me then. And then we're gonna not do a donut just to confuse the Americans. Come on. Keep turning. Hold up. We found it. Jesus, that thing is far away. 36.9? Oh boy. Those are some intimidating looking guns. Can I even fire out this far? I can? I can fire out to 40 kilometers with a 16-inch gun? That's news to me. This is going to be plunging fire and a half. I really hope that I can make that work. Because that'd be great. Now, how are we identifying the heavies? 80%. Very good. I'm not doing donuts, I'm doing croissants. Oui, oui. With the croissant, we can evade the enemy fire. Or enemy feu? What would the French say? I had French in high school, but it's been a while. Uh-oh. Are you just transiting or trying to hit my destroyer? Nope, you're trying to hit my destroyer. With a salvo from the main battery from... Oh, okay, confirmed. 20-inch guns. I think this DD considers itself lucky that it's not dead yet. That's... That's impressive. If I remember correctly, throwing an 18-inch shell at a target is like throwing a Volkswagen Beetle. Throwing a 20-inch shell, I don't even know what sort of weight that is. Is that throwing like a medium-sized Audi or something? Use smoke. Yeah, I now have smoke again because that was out not too long ago. Besides, I think that the Epervier will generate its own smoke. Look at that. Module or deck damaged, ship damaged. Modules are fine. Engine's fine. Propulsion, rudder, flooding, nothing whatsoever. All guns are operational. Where the hell did that 20-inch projectile even hit me? Here? Wait, were you hit twice? Oh, once by a 20-inch and once by an 8-inch. Okay. A Mercedes, yeah. It's like throwing a Mercedes. If you throw a Mercedes at a destroyer, I would imagine that it takes some damage from that. These are... Sure, they're fairly sizable compared to a car, but... they're not that big. How's my accuracy? Not great. Okay, Coloss, I think it's time we get a little closer. Also, what are you? Jesus, don't you have enough assistance as is? I'm taking on the Coloss against the battleship armed with 12 20-inch guns. And then it comes with 2 battlecruisers, which are also packing 12 guns. I think that's a bit much, don't you? Where's battle line 3? Here. Vauture, Larieuse, and Trombe. Still too far. Speed 36. What are you doing? 33? Okay. Minimum bulkheads on my destroyer. How did you survive? It might be a bit early to call for it, but I think the 20-inch guns need a buff. Let that sink in. Now, how much are my chances of doing damage? Ooh, I hit with a 16-inch shell, and it did jack shit. 24? I don't have enough shells to peck away the battleship that way. What have you decided as your target? You're still pecking away destroyers, aren't you? Are you? Aren't you? You're not. You... oh no. You have now selected the Coloss as your target. That's bad news for the Coloss because she has no deck armor. Even if she did have deck armor, I don't think that there's too much that's going to stop a 20-inch projectile. Oh. Cut that out. Range? 19. I need to get a lot closer. Somali, I need you to hijack that ship for me. Another DD hit. I think that these cruisers are either their own battle line or not very much set to screening, because they don't do that much. They're just there. They're just plodding along. It's not like they're trying to intercept me. Okay. That squarely hit the ship, but he's go meh. What do they have against the Epervier? Jesus. Oh. Oh. Yep. They're targeting the Somali, and once again it's the Epervier that takes the damage. Sorry, Epervier. Accent aigu, I think they call that. Oh man. Thousand shells remain on the Colossus. Yeah, you have a lot of... Wait. That's a battlecruiser. You have a lot of escorts. But I have a Des Moines. Per side. Want to see who wins? I do. Hey! Penetrations. Oh, hold on. We're in range. Hold up. Oh, not of the battleship, but of the battlecruiser. And escorting ships. 8-inch guns, about to open up. And for that, I have plenty of ammunition. That really doesn't do much. Uh-oh. Whoops. That way, please. Hold. Target. Ah, finally. We have the battleship Westfalen. 130,000 tons, few bulkheads. Oh. That's potentially interesting. Grip 4 armor, shaft 2, aux 2, balance boilers, turbines, increased ammo for your torpedoes. Okay. Citadel 3? Huh. TNT explosives, electro-hydraulic turrets, auto-loaders. Stereoscopic 2 rangefinder. You must be having a pretty hard time actually hitting something. Well, so long as it's not destroyers. That's interesting. Especially the few bulkheads is something I might be able to exploit, if I can get close enough. And unfortunately, I think I'm getting a pretty hostile response from this escorting group. They don't seem to appreciate my presence here. For some reason or another. And I cannot quite throw out torpedoes very liberally because I don't have a lot of those. They are pretty big. They are 23-inch. What's your torpedo blister, Westfalen? Anti-torp 5. Okay. It's gonna be tricky to hit. Need to get quite a bit closer. Hey, the 8-inch guns are in range. It's like the superstructure is just made out of barrels. Just, that's the only thing there. Can I get a good shot from this? Oh, very nice. Very nice. These new ships give me such a nice amount of screenshots. Uh-oh. Somali! The Somali's on fire! No, you're not. You're not gonna get in... No. Oh, they're falling back? Oh, come on now. I think I have to thin their formation a little before the DDs have a chance to push in and get those torpedoes away. Oh, what was that? 20-inch shell hit the deck. Now, in my defense, at the current range to the battleship, which is 20,000 meters, if I wanted to have deck armor, I would need 32-inch or equivalent. So that's a 16-inch deck armor in the game, considering I have a 118% bonus. That is extremely hard to do. Accuracy is looking good, 20%. I just don't know if I can actually do something. Oh, I can! Whoa! Ammo detonation on the Westfalen. 84%. Can the Colossus win this? I mean, this is just one lucky hit of sorts. Come on. Westfalen. Another fire. Another 2% of damage was taken away from the superstructure. Or 2% structural integrity. I have plenty of ammunition. Another 54 damage. And that accuracy is not great. 6.2. Rate of fire is 105-second reload. Versus the Colossus with 40 seconds. So, in the time that it takes that ship to reload, I have fired 2 salvos. And I'm just continuing to close in. She's quick though. Or she can be if she wants to. It doesn't look like she really wants to yet. Interesting. I don't think I've ever fought something this size yet. Battlecruiser Lutzo. Few bulkheads, 41,000 tons. Oh, I just took a big hit. Yeah, mid-deck. Those deck penetrations are death. I'm trying to put the secondaries on the Lutzo now, seeing if that does anything. 7.5 inches of belt armor, range 14. Not likely to do much. Unfortunately. Chance to hit main, 30%. Good work. I have dished out 609 damage. I've taken 1900, but a fair portion of that was against destroyers. You know what? Just join the whole formation, will you? What? What just happened? Did that thing have a flash fire? I was actually hoping that the ship would last a little longer than that, because I wanted to see more of the secondaries fire. But I think it just flash fired and died. Just like that. And I was just saying that that ship actually did more damage to destroyer. And then boom, dead. Wait, bye. We need a post-battle results screen. Yes, we do. Just got hooded. Yeah. Wow. Unexpected outcome, shall we say. Now, what other mission did they implement? I can't tell you yet, because I need another win. I want to get to the Battle of Tsushima, because that's an older one. It's not in here, is it? But battles with torpedo boats? No. No. I think the mission is actually called the Battle of Tsushima. Fine, I'll do another easy one. You will build a battleship. Your target is a light cruiser. You have 12 minutes to sink. Your time starts after I build it. Fine. I want to get to that battle. It sucks that they have this unlock system in place now. Mark. It's a light cruiser. 9-inch guns will be sufficient. Can I put side mounts? Non-invented. Fine. I'll build one battleship for the... Yeah, I don't have enough budget. If I upscale it... I don't think that that'll help me much. No. What I can do is put another bunch of single secondaries on there. Never mind. Speed to flank, 36 knots. That's really ambitious on a battleship of this age. I think 27 knots is more likely. Torpedo launchers, there. Ship's overweight. Yeah, well, that's annoying. Slow down more, bulkheads a bit more. Heavy shells. Oh, I need a funnel. Ship's overweight. Yeah, well, so are many people. I don't complain about them either. Fine. Okay, where are you? There you are. I need warp engines for that speed. Don't torp yet. Come here. I thought I had 12 minutes. Now I'm seeing 16 minutes. What is this whole OIL thing? Oil? OIL? What? Did I miss something? What's the range? 0.9? Damn, I knew they were bad, but not that bad. Come here. A random battle scenario you had fun with. Yeah, if you have a scenario, just send it in. That's the easiest way for me to have a look at it. How fast is that light cruiser? 19. I'm faster. Come here, I'm gonna ram you. Come here. Staying out of torpedo range too. Come here. Are we still firing ranging shots, or are you just trolling me now? Torpedo away. Vallejo detected the torpedo. Vallejo is a proud light cruiser and doesn't give a shit. Okay, that's your choice then. But you get to live with the consequences. Oh right, this mission is called Gun Basics. Sorry. Instructions unclear. Torpedo stuck in deck. Fine. Can I now do it? No. The enemy is one battleship. Heavily armored target. Optimized primaries. Enemy will never retreat. Max 11-inch armor. Okay. Here we go again. Let's make it a speedy boy. Insofar as I can. Coal-fired. Compound armor. Oh, we're fighting a battleship this time, right? Piss off. Still too heavy? Oh, I'm doing 30 knots. That might have something to do with it. Central lines. Yeah, I'll take some 12s. 1 and 2. No, too heavy. Bow. Stern. Too heavy. Start. Oh. Details. These funnels. What if I just want to have fun with my ship? Without a funnel. Is that so bad for the engine? Off you go. Am I going to do a face reveal on stream? You can actually see my face on Patreon. Over there I have a video where I explain what the Patreon program is and how it works and everything. That's where you can see my face. But, and I'm very much in agreement with Soviet Womble here, I don't find it to be that interesting. Because almost without exception, people who have watched that video go, yeah, okay, you look entirely different from what I imagine. And either you're disappointed, or you're thrown off, or whatever. It's never really that interesting, I find. Unless it's Jingles. I mean, Jingles is great. Especially the live Mingles with Jingles things. Or Jingles with Ringles, I believe they calls it now. For those of you joining the stream, this is Alpha 9. Welcome. I am not actually playing any of the Alpha 9 content right now because I'm trying to get to a mission that Alpha 9 introduced. But I need to unlock it by doing other missions. And I've been neglecting the Naval College a bit, and that means that I first need to do a few missions, unlock the mission, then I can finally play it. And if you have just tuned into the stream, I would recommend that you, at the point tomorrow when the stream will be live as a standard video, that you watch what happened with the Colossus versus the French H-class. Oh, sorry, the German H-class. Because that was unexpected, shall we say. Humorous, but unexpected. Now, could you just flood already, or are we going to have to spend some more time torpedoing you? Because I can do that. There we go. Whoops, flash fire. These ships. Okay, can I now see another mission here then? Damn, where are these missions? Speed basics. Light cruiser versus destroyer. Objective, sink all. Enemy has a speed of 26 knots. Optimize maneuverability. Catch it if you can. Can we go faster? Yes. And give... Oh. Good lord, is that so expensive? A geared turbine is... What? You have almost no cash to do this with. Okay. Engine efficiency, 25%. Exactly. That's what I want to see. Alright, DD, give it up. Give it up. You can do 26 knots, huh? I can do 30. 2. 1. 30? 31. I can do 31. And I can torp you. No, I can't. Because it's too heavy. Some guns have poor field of fire. It's not that bad. We can make this work. Standard reloading, enhanced. There we go. Just get this destroyer. Hello. 1.5% chance to hit. Oh! That's rude. I'm just sailing here and you torp me? Come on now. No, 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 no. That's not how this works. Not at all. V1 with 2 torpedo tubes, a 4-inch gun and a 3-inch gun, and it's on fire. Maximum bulkheads. Give chase. A 1.3 kilometer range. It's probably going to take me a while to get into range. 7% chance to hit. Just give me the mission already. Give me the Battle of Tsushima. I want to see what they do. Am I going to do any custom battles? Yeah, if the Battle of Tsushima doesn't come up after this one, I will. So, start writing a one-line synopsis for a battle that you have in mind. I'm not doing extensive scenarios tonight, but I will take quick, fun suggestions. Master Chief, thank you for the donation. Try the mission just before TGE. That may work. Maybe. Which one's TGE again? Can I do a meme ship? I think I just did with the Colossus. I mean, that was 8-inch guns on a superstructure. This thing is just gonna torp me again in a minute. And it can. Are you a DD or a submarine? It can, because it has those torpedo launchers on the stern. This thing needs to go quickly. What's your torpedo range? 5-1. Crap, I'm never gonna get out of that range. And sink this thing in time. So just open up with more guns. Watch the torpedo launch and throw the rudder over. Go on. V1. Go on, torp me. Torped. Oof. Turn. That was nowhere near where I am. Good man. Now, can I sink you? Because I need that mission. %5 chance to hit. Do I even have a rangefinder? Oh, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't have a rangefinder. Stereo 1. Do it again. Does it set me at the same range? 1-5, good enough. Open fire. And you. Try not to torp me too hard. One torpedo. No. Hold on. Here's the torpedo tube. One single torpedo tube. There we go. Rudder damaged and flooding. That is significantly better than last time. V1. Not a lot of bulkheads. Standard. And this thing is going to slow down. A lot. 13 knots. Oh, it's speeding up again. Half the ship flooded? Not a problem. We can pump that right out. Buffed Richelieu against a Japanese Congo squadron. I can only do one mission or one ship design, so I can build the Richelieu, but I cannot determine what sort of ship I'm going to be fighting. Unfortunately. KGV versus German BB, just did that. I evaded a torp that I didn't see? No, it's not the first time. Most of the time I don't pay enough attention to torpedoes. Super Yamato class. 1900s brawl between torpedoes, yes. Between battleships. I'm going to have to start Googling this whole oil meme thing. This DD is just trolling me right now. Actually flooding the light cruiser. From a smokescreen. Hood versus 3 pocket battleships. I can only build one ship. I can say that the British, for example, and I can play the British and build the Hood, but I cannot dictate that the enemy gets pocket battleships. I can dictate that they get battleships. That's as far as it goes. Fuck it, this is gonna take forever. Alright. Custom battles. Go. Lone destroyer against a heavy cruiser or bigger ship. A A140J2 versus American BB. Make a super battleship with pagoda and that new secondary tower with at least 4 quad-inch turrets. Pre-Dreadnought brawl. Oh, the oil meme just originated now, because I didn't put oil fuel on the Colossus. Right. Super meme ship, max single-use guns. 2 German CA and 3 lights. That's a pretty standard scenario. It's not really testing the patch. What is that ship? Oh, Agincourt is a Dreadnought battleship. Okay. Can you show us what a 20-inch super does? Not much. It doesn't do that much, unfortunately. Do your super chat request. That was... Let me guess. Or let me check. That was the... Can you post it again in standard chat? Because I cannot scroll up that far. It was the... Oh, what was it? A Polish ship. USS Florida. No. If I want to go anywhere slowly, I'll walk. Whatever you play, let the AI build French to see what it creates. That's a good idea. I'll be fighting the French. How about just building a big Japanese ship? If this battle doesn't take too long, like going with a battleship and a battlecruiser versus a battleship and a battlecruiser, then I can also do another scenario after. Try using light shells on the 20-inch gun, see what happens. That's an interesting idea. 20-inch light shells. It's a contradiction in terms, but let's try it. How many turrets do you guys think I can put on here? 20-inch. Yeah, do you mind if we just park the bow between the buildings? Thank you. So, you guys want oil, right? Here, full oil burners. We'll take aux. Shaft maximum, range not important, speed not important. Rangefinder 5, Gen 2. Five turrets before the main tower? Probably. What's the newest BB that a 1940s DD could sink? I would say it doesn't really matter so much about the year. It's more so much about how you drive it. You have got to be shitting. Okay, all bets are off. I win. I win. I have 6. This is not going to tip the ship over at all. This is fine. It's not like these things have a firing angle or something. It's like 5 degrees, if that. This is a little better. Can I put barbettes on the side of my ship, please? Like, here? That'd be better. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. Funnel, yes. There. 4 weight offset. Only 16%? No. Is that really all? I was thinking it would be worse. Oh, I can't. Aw. I can't put any more sideline guns on there. Sad noises of quad turrets. Hola, Frenchies. We're gonna have some fun. Oh, sorry, maybe the Japanese don't say hola. Sorry. It's late. I had a drink. And I'm tired. All or nothing citadel. Anti-flooding is probably a decent idea. Damn it. Are those things heavy or something? What the hell? 8,000 ton per turret, come on. See, the thing is, it looks nice. It looks funny. But effectiveness is just about 0. Because I can only fire 3 of these turrets regardless. The only way that this would be useful is if the enemy would come from the front. So what I'm going to do is just remove these turrets, as fun as they look, and see if I can get a slightly different build that I can still use the broadside on. Because I could just be putting half those turrets, well, standby, because they cannot do anything else. Ideally, I'd have another ginormous barbette over there, but I can't. They need to add more slots here for those barbettes. This is sad. This is clearly not enough guns. These are rookie numbers. Now we're fighting a battleship and a battlecruiser. I'd say this is plenty of firepower. Barbette 3. Slower even? Slower yet? Can we even make 20 knots? Sort of. Okay, this is the Cheekyshima. Broadside firepower, 20 20-inch barrels. That's it. Not enough. Right. Well, tough. This is what we're going to go with. And let's see how fast we can get the French to actually withdraw. Because they sometimes do that. Alright, boys. What's your turning circle? Maximum. 1,000 meters only. I actually expected worse. Yes, I know the original term is Cheekyshima, but I thought I'd have some fun with it. This ship actually looks a lot more elegant. 10-inch triples. Everywhere. 1, 2... Whoa! 6 turrets. 7-inch. And a lot more 7-inch. And a whole bunch of 2-inch guns. That's suicide range, though. Few bulkheads. Yeah, good luck. What did the French bring? Oh boy. The French are in town. This looks remarkably like a Dunkirk. But like crossbred with a Yamato or something. This is an interesting build. I wonder how much frontal offset this thing has. Because I don't know if you can balance out these turrets with this much secondary firepower. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. I don't know. And their battlecruiser? Triple. Yeah, 4 triples. I like this new angled funnel that the French have. That looks good. Alright, Cheekyshima. Come to starboard. Eventually. We have 2 different ammo storages because I also have those wing turrets. Turning the turrets is really going to take me the better part of the next 5 minutes. Turn! What are you doing? Follow. How does follow work in your world? Wait, 14-inch? Really? Is that the battlecruiser then? Because I find it hard to believe that this is 14 inch. This is what she said. Oh, that had to come up at some point, didn't it? We're almost in a position where we can actually use the other turrets here. Chance to hit? I don't know. Now, if the French could just stop retreating... Oh, they're not retreating. They're retreating towards the enemy. Very good. This feels like I need a lot more than 1 kilometer to turn around, though. Because I have my rudder maximum starboard, but I'm not seeing much of a turn. For reference, right? This is 1 kilometer to here. This ship is never going to turn in 1 kilometer. I mean, not at 19 knots. Wow. If I cut that speed in half, maybe. But I don't expect her to slow down particularly fast. Oh, we're actually getting some accuracy now. 7% damage. Yeah, mere 46,000. Nothing serious. A mere 46,000 damage. French, I put up your ass. I need an ocean to turn. Yes, that's more like it. This is not a turning circle of 1 kilometer. I'm still trying to turn. Speed? Actually 12 knots. But she's still refusing to turn. Weird. You probably circumvent the globe twice before you do the 5-degree turn change. Yes. Sounds about right. Oh, I've damaged them. Lightly. Notification 97. I think this thing is actually using 14-inch guns. Yep. Condorcet. 14-inch guns. Reload 34 seconds. Ha! That's a bit faster. Minus 60 seconds. Damage that they can output, 8,000. Rookie numbers. Because I can hit you for 40. 46. If... Well, I can actually pen that ship pretty reliably. It's not too disappointing. Wait. Who's firing a high explosive? Maybe this is the French plan, by the way. Just pursue the Cheekyshima so fast that she's unable to bring all the tourists together. That's not a bad plan. Not sure if the AI makes plans. That battlecruiser is not that much lighter than that battleship. These two ships combined are still lighter than the Cheekyshima. Another fire. Why are we constantly setting fires? Here. You wanted to know what a 20-inch shell does to a battleship? 35% or 35 points of damage because I did an overpen. An actual pen? Mid-deck? 28 damage. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna have to call a tug service soon. Oh, they damaged my turret. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Bow belt, 191. She's starting to flood. That's better. 252, 165. not enjoying the light 20-inch shells. But they're only lights. What's your concern? These are merely light shells. Tis but a 20-inch scratch. I feel I'm being cheated by that turn circle. Either my turning circle needs to be better, smaller, or this needs to change and just say turning circle 5,000 meters. Because I feel that's more accurate. Right now, it's just lying to me. High explosive salvo. I also want to see is ceasefire. Don't you detonate now, right? Don't. Be a good little friendship. And yes, I can say it's little, because this thing is 60,000 tons lighter than I am. You can insert your mama joke here. Okay. Guns ready. Reloaded. We have, I think, 4 turrets on target. Open fire. Headphone users. Might want to take them off. Those headphones. That was why. Come here, Condorcet. Turn the game audio down a bit. Oops, shit. That's not what I had in mind. I think the game just crashed. 20-inch noise was too much. Oh, there we go. Clean up, continue, go. What did they build this time? Is that it? Are you in a diet? Where's your battleship? Oh, that is interesting. How the hell did the AI go with building these turrets here and here? That is curious. Because you'd think that this turret would protest. Anyway. There. Crank down the volume a little bit. Anyway, we had our fun with the Cheekyshima. Let's see. What else? What other thing can we do to close up the night? Because I'm going to do one more battle and then I'm going to go off and end the stream. So, any good ideas? I still have that Polish scenario that I need to do. Your mama's so fat she turns quicker than the Cheekyshima. I'm not sure if that's an actual insult or not. Ultimate Admiral Beatty. Build battlecruisers with as many quad turrets as possible, highest rate of fire possible, and maximum speed possible, and then throw them at some dreadnoughts. That could be fun. That could be fun. Leave battle. Supposedly the French have some really quick ships. Alright, I'll build one battlecruiser. Chat, who's the enemy? Quick, who's the enemy? Who are we fighting? Speedy boy with quad turrets, exactly. But battlecruiser style. Who are we fighting? We're gonna go up against a bunch of... Well, maybe not so much... Well, yeah, Dreadnoughts. 1915. Yo, mama's so fat. They put guns on her and called it a Cheekyshima. The Russians, China, US, Spain, Germany, the Ottomans, America, Deutschland. I need to figure out how to do polls a bit faster. That is a YouTube feature, right? China. Okay, we're fighting China. How many battleships are we fighting? How many dreadnoughts? Number between 1 and reasonable. How many? Good lord, everybody wants me to fight China. That's a lot of China, yeah. Well, there is a lot of China, isn't there? 9, 6, 8, 3, 4... 42! That's the answer to the universe, isn't it? 10. I'll go with 10. I'm not sure how well I can play this one, but we'll see. So, maximum speed. Quad turrets, as many as I can fit. 65,000 tons displacement. Yes. Speed, all of it. 44? Okay, I'll take it. Bulkheads, yes, I would like some. Standard shells, no super heavies. Electro-hydro, autoloaders, radar. Coincidence rangefinder because I'm going to be maneuvering a lot. Sonar's not required, radio is not required. Propellant, 2 powder. Main tower, modern main tower. This is the Eiffel Tower main. And that secondary, that beautiful aligned secondary. I really have to compliment the devs on that. I mean, this just looks stellar. Well done to them. Funnels, yes. And don't forget the oil. Oh, yes. You guys and your oil. It's like you're Americans. I can go with side-mounted guns. Wing turrets. Oh, the 13-inch of the Mark V. That might be fast enough. Reload time is still 27 seconds. I'm fighting ships which are way older, don't have enough armor. Let's go with 13-inch. Can this fit? They're too big, aren't they? Ah, they're too big. Okay, in that case, we'll just go for a barbette build. Main turret, center line, 13 quad. Wait, that's a triple. What? Oh, they start at 14-inch. Okay. 14-inch it is. We'll just go with that. Center line, 14. 1, 2. Boom. Guns, 9,000 damage per hit. Looks good enough. Oh, and we can put one up there. You could argue that this is going to make the thing a bit top-heavy. Putting another 2,000 tons on top of a superstructure that's already 2,000 tons. A funnel that's 2,600. And a light modern tower for almost 5,800. Good thing that these things don't tip over. That I know of. Oh. 0.5. 0.1. Good enough. We'll roll with that. That turret is very oversized. You think? Maybe I need a bigger barbette. A standard? Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. Now, what do I do with the rest of my displacement? I mean, there is a lot of it. Oh, this speeds things along. How fast can I turn with this ship? Turning circle, insofar as that... 1,400 meters? Yeah, right. Engine efficiency? 45%? This thing dunks all the exhaust right into the second. What? Why? Oh, I missed the time when you could rotate these things. But hey, apparently this is a thing. Yep. Well, that looks uncomfortable. All the 8-inch I can fit. Yeah, but that's a bit of a problem on this ship. I can't. Not even here, where there's this little alcove where you would expect an 8-inch to fit. Not even a 6? Come on. Come on, game. Here we are. One 5-inch will fit, but a 5-inch against a Dreadnought. Does that matter? I think that doesn't matter. We need more guns. Maybe not. Slow down to 35 knots. But I cannot run away at 35 knots. See, that's kind of the problem. Now I'm just gonna supercharge this thing in. So I'll probably need a bit of armor. Conning tower. I'm just gonna try to run rings around them. Which will be a pretty large ring, I think. Considering that my turning circle is 1500 meters at speed. Okay, we need a name. Because the Thetis is probably not great. Oh, I need barbette armor. Oh, you might have a point there. Okay, fine. Belt extended to 9-inch? No? Standard belt to 9-inch? There we go. Baguette. Oil. Speedboat. Fine. How did you guys write that? Like that? I'll join the meme. Embrace the meme. The stealth. This thing is not stealthy. Look at that. The Cheekyshima had a turning circle, supposedly, of 1000 meters. This thing has a turning circle, supposedly, of 1462. It's nowhere near. This thing actually wants to turn. Now I know that there's something wrong with that particular tooltip. Turning circle. They haven't even seen me yet. Range 18. Chance to hit? Not good. How fast are we going? 40 knots. That's pretty damn fast. Cheekyshima is so fast, the game can't even calculate how slow she turns. Yeah. That. Your battleship is so fat, she cannot even turn. There we go. First bit of damage is done. Are you guys going to spot me at all? Oh, you are. Okay. Something has spotted the oil. So what does this thing sound like when it fires? Because it's not really anything too special. It's just 8 14-inch barrels, which is more than most battleships have, but hey. What do you sound like? That's the real question. It does look a little herpy-derpy with game. I hope you guys are too. The way the turrets, I mean, they're reloading, I get it. But the way that some of them are elevated and some are not, it's like a big derp face, except on the ship. Still charging in, still speed 40 knots. 44 knots, in fact. Cheekyshima is so fat it recreated the Panama Canal when it tried to go through. Yeah. You know that distance between a couple of the islands in Japan? That's there because the Cheekyshima tried to pass it. That wasn't there before. That used to be one big landmass. And look at it now. Now, can we actually blow these things up? Damage to the main gun. That's not quite what I have in mind, but a flash fire will do. Oh, there we go. That's better. I was thinking of putting on the Benny Hill theme, but then I'd get my video copyright struck. The whole stream. Would be a bit of a waste, wouldn't it? Are you firing high explosive? No, maybe not. Will I play Atlantic Fleet? I have played it. I'm just not sure if I actually covered it on channel. But it's a bit older of a game, isn't it? Atlantic Fleet. I remember the title. I did play it, I have it on my library, but I haven't played it recently. All this fire, and they've hit me 5 times. What? I mean, I get I'm fast, I'm hard to hit, but this is more than I was expecting. Oh, there we go. Turrets to starboard, please. We have the battleship to sink. Oh. Now that was overkill right there. Destroyed main gun. And this goes to show what the naval advances can do. How technology impacts what one ship can do to 10 other ships. Which are about half the displacement. Jeez, that was destructive. Which are about half the displacement. What? Oh, flash fire. But still, back in the day, those things were pretty heavily armored for their era. And then they come up against the oil, and the oil went derp 14-inch gun. You die. Because look at this. That's 5 hits. That's 500 damage. This thing has already put out more damage in the first 15 minutes than the Cheekyshima did in the entirety of the time that she was turning. I mean, that she was fighting. It just makes 14-inch guns so much more attractive than the 20-inch guns. I have been hit 35 times out of the 2,100 shells that got thrown my way. I'm not even maneuvering violently, I'm just sort of turning to starboard. A pretty low angle. One battlecruiser. Just one. And this is the Zikai minimum bulkheads. Yeah, that does not help. Petition to make Cheekyshima the channel mascot. Oh no. What have I done? In one stream I've created both the oil meme, by the looks of it, and I've created the Cheekyshima meme. Flooding. That could kill you. Remember kids, don't do seawater. At least not on the inside of your ship. Jeez, the dispersion on some of these guns is so good. I have some ships from World of Warships which would like to have a word about accuracy. That is very impressive. Another couple of fires. This thing is either going to start flooding or burn all over. Cheekyshima's too fat to draw. That's accurate. That was a big girl, the Cheekyshima. I've been hit 41 times out of 3,200 attempts on my life. This is what you get with a Dreadnought made in China. They don't hit. I've done 9,000 damage versus 159. More flooding. Yes. And there we go. Who's next? We have slowed down? What? No, we haven't. Cheekyshima. Oh, that's another nice one. I'm having fun with this stream, guys. I hope you are too. I should do this more often. Just do a bit of Dreadnoughts or ICBM. Hang out, have fun. I like it. Looks like seal clubbing. It is. It is. Because these battleships don't really stand a chance. 63 hits, 4,500 attempts. Immediately damage to the funnel, damage to the engine, damage to both the turrets. And flooding in never mind. That thing's gone. "14-inch bow with extended ammo detonation, and that's 66% of your ship gone, and the rest of it's burning." Jesus. I do like the quad turrets. I think they show some potency for damage. They have a promise. They, yeah. I can make these work. Future videos? Probably can make these work. For Taskmaster Tuesday tomorrow, we also have an interesting challenge. We're going to be building a battleship, and we're going to be trying to sink ships as quickly as possible. Well, I know what I'm getting. It's going to be quad turrets. But it's going to be quad turrets, not of the 20-inch variety. They don't fire fast enough. Damage done, 25,000. Damage taken, 200. Yeah. Stream on Twitch again, Torsk. Why? Why would I switch to Twitch if I can get all of you guys over here and the video immediately gets turned... Oh, bye-bye. Gets turned into a video. I don't really see the benefit of Twitch. On Twitch I have, what, about 2,500 followers, I think? On here I have 52,000. That's a pretty significant factor. So I don't really see the benefit of going over to ICBM. Oh, sorry, that's a different game. Going over to Twitch. Alright, it looks like we can flood the Kangxi, and then it's the Neon. More flooding, switch target. Can we get another good blap of all the turrets firing? Not too bad. They don't have the same oomph like they do on the 20-inch. I'll give you that. Make a vote to make... Hold on. Make a... Stay here. Oh, never mind. What? Make a vote? Just saw it on chat. Make a vote to make oil the channel mascot. Yeah, right. Twitch got that DMCA thing going nuts. Well, unpopular opinion, but that's down to the streamers. If you stream stuff that you don't have the rights to, DMCA. It's the right that the media labels have. You're using material that's not your own to usually generate revenue. I mean, ads are being run on your videos by Twitch, which is something that Twitch benefits by, and so do you. Don't publish stuff that you don't have the rights to. It's really not that difficult. Right. With this, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I am having fun with these 20-inch turrets, but especially with the quad turrets. And I think that they can make for some really interesting meme ships. Now, thank you all for watching, thank you for joining, thank you for the chats, thank you for the donations. I hope you had a fun time. If situation permits, I hope to be streaming again tomorrow, because that's when ICBM is supposedly coming out. And I might be able to stream that, but it really depends on how my son is behaving and whether I can ship him off to my wife for another evening. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you soon for the next video. Good night.